Well, that's the views.
So we're gonna go ahead and get into today's topic. And to the people that are tuning in on YouTube, we're having a live event this Friday coming up at Red 28 in Noda from 5 to 7. From 5 to 6 is lit by 6. You can drink, do hookah, socialize, all that. At 6 o'clock, we're gonna get into the show, and we're just gonna be doing questions that need answers, different questions, different topics, and you can participate. Yes. And we'll have t-shirts.
And we have them. They say thank God for homegirls because that's what life is all about.
Yes, we need them.
Your homegirls.
Be grateful. Today's topic is about
dating multiples.
Multiple people. Now, this was inspired by an article that I saw on Essence.com. On Essence.com, I believe. I hope it's not Ebony. Okay, yeah, Essence.com. And it was about women, saying how women should benefit. You have a better chance of finding Mr. Right when you're dating multiple people. And now now before this article came out, I thought that dating multiple people is like, first of all, I'm not saying that you have to go and try and date multiple people, but let's be honest. If you dating one person, quote unquote, you went on a couple dates with them, and somebody else asks you on a date, you don't say, "Oh, I'm dating somebody." Like I don't really necessarily believe in that. If you just went on a date or 2 dates with them, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But anyway, the article is really good, so we're gonna go through this list, and we still want guys' opinion on the guy side of things, whether it's the guy that's of the woman that's dating a lot of people, or if you're a guy and you're dating a lot of girls, we still want your opinion too. So, the first one.
So the first reason for, and this article was based on a book called Date Girl, 143 Reasons Why I Believe Women Should Date Multiple Men. Mind you, I need to get that book. Because if it's 143 reasons, we only have like 6.
First of all,
so that's amazing.
Most time when the reasons get past 10, you know.
It's too many. Everything's the same thing, just divvied up differently. But the lady who's in charge of the points that we got, her name is Stacey J. Johnson. So these points and ideas are from Stacey J. Johnson, and they're very agreeable, I must say. So the first point that she listed was, you learn that you are enough when you're dating multiple men.
Yes. I like that because it's kind of like the theory of when you date different guys over the course of years. Like, you meet one guy that makes you feel one type of way. You meet another guy that thinks the world of you. Maybe you don't like him as much. You meet another guy who take you for granted. Like, after dating all those people, you usually come to a thing where, you know, they have the women that, like, yes, I finally came into myself. But when you date people all at the same time, you kind of get to that quicker, I feel like is what it's saying.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to say. It's like, you get the opportunity to be fathomed by more than one person at a time. Like, more than one person is complimenting you. More than one person is saying this or that. Even if it's something that they don't like, the other person might like it. And that's just what it comes to. Like, okay, well, John don't like it, but Bobby do, and I'm still going to keep communicating with both of them because I like different things about them too that somebody else.
And one of the things in the explanation for that reason said you learn to stop tying your opinions of yourself to what some one man you're dating thinks about you.
Right.
Which is very true because women we're very critical of ourselves. Mm-hmm. So, you know, if my opinion doesn't sit well with this guy, now I may be holding my tongue or, you know, self-conscious and all that. And it's just a difference of opinion. And you can be more comfortable when you know that you're enough and everybody not going to agree with you, basically.
Right.
And we got a comment.
I mean, in logic, it makes sense. You get whatever you're looking for from each person you may be dating. Plus, it's less stress with less commitment, which is true.
Well, what's that point to? In general?
He's saying in general about dating multiple people at one time. It's like you can find something in each person that you like.
But that's not the goal.
Yeah.
Now
the goal is to date multiple people to find the one
person that has everything. We're not dating multiple people for satisfaction.
Yeah. Now the thing is to have the options of many, so you'll know how to weed out what you don't want. Because basically, at the end of the day, what women do is we tend to focus more on one man, and by the time we focus on this one man, we may find the things that we finally don't like or see what we don't like 2 years down the line, and it's too late because we've invested all this time into one person, and then we end up settling because we have time invested. Versus when you're dating more than one man, it's like you might like one the most, but you'll still have leniency for the other ones around that can still keep you from going so far left with the one you like the most.
Which really goes into the next point, which is you're going to be attached to the wrong guy. If you are so invested in the wrong guy, he end up being the wrong guy, you be screwed, basically.
Yep.
And so when you can kind of Because I guess the concept with that is, if I'm dating this guy, and no matter how long, and he turns out to be terrible, right? I could be heartbroken. I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm jaded. I'm bitter. I'm done. I put all this time into him, blah, blah, blah. If I'm dating some other people, I still may be hurt because I'm human that this guy turned out to do whatever he did, but I also can go out with Jerome tomorrow. Or I also have, you're not going to be so wounded and because what the problem is, when you break up with somebody to do you wrong, it takes the time to get back, to pull it together, then want to even entertain somebody else. It's a
lot.
Yeah, so if you already out there dating and mingling or whatever with other people, that won't be such a hard adjustment.
And that's what one of the comments said that Stacy commented on this point. She said, you may date the wrong man again, but you won't date him exclusively. And consequently, you won't get sucked in so deeply because you already have options. So it's like, once you find out that John is not the one, you still got the other three still that you can mix and mingle with. So it's like, you might have liked him a lot, but I still got 3 other ones that I like too. So let's just be great.
Please don't date the wrong man exclusively. That's really that's dope. Because you put all your
eggs in one
basket and it's the wrong one.
And it's the wrong basket.
And then what you gonna do?
Be hurt trying to figure out life.
Well, basically.
And nobody has time for that.
The next point is that you become less self-conscious, which I think this was one of my favorite points. Because I've had some good spurts of dating. Like kind of going on dates with people here and there, whatever. And one thing I've learned is that when you're not sure of yourself, dating can be a little stressful. Granted, going out to eat with somebody that's new or whatever is always kind of awkward. But when you don't really know, simple questions about yourself, it is stressful. And the article compares it to going on job interviews, saying that when you go on multiple job interviews, even though you don't get the job, you still honing your skills to go on more interviews. It's the same thing as dating. Like, this may not be the guy I'm going to marry, but did I have better conversation with him? Was I able to let him talk and not me talk? Like, things that you need to actually be able to do on a date and in a relationship with somebody, which I think is very important.
Right, because basically you just looking for the position that you want to fill, basically. So that's trial and error. And I mean, the more we talk about it, the more I know, I need to go on, 7 dates ASAP. Because it's
I told my friends, the next person that asks, go. Yeah. Not like a bum on the street. That's not being dramatic.
In hindsight, the next person that asks,
if you meet a guy at the bar or somewhere and he's,
and he want to take you out and he's nice or whatever, just go. Because
you don't got to pick you up.
Because let me tell you something. You never know what you'll find just going.
Oh, say it again.
You'll never know what you'll find just going. I'm all for the instant replay. Okay, let's not. And a lot of times, that's when magic happens. And even now what you have to be careful about is, even when you do go, if magic does happen, still be mellow and pace yourself, because you still don't want to run the risk of it might have just took off great. Yeah, or don't scare you. It might have just took off great, and that's really all it's going to be, showing you that it's okay to date people, because there's phases of things that you go through that just prepares you for the next thing, right? So he asked me if I can go on a date. I said, yeah. He took me to a nice place, but we ain't have time. We ain't have a good time. Well, I didn't. So great, boom. At least I know that I can get out of my shell and go on a date. It's always a plus to the minus. Ooh.
Yes, and I think the other good thing on here was you become more aware of your attributes. Similar to when you go on a job interview, you can tell what's good about yourself and be confident in it. That's big, because I feel like sometimes we so worried about the person across from us. Do they, almost, do they believe what I'm selling? What I'm saying?
Just like in an interview.
Yeah, what I'm saying about myself. That's like me sitting there and I say, I'm very outgoing. I love to try new things, but do you really does it seem like you're trying too hard? Or is that really how you are? And I think all of that comes across when you just know, your interests, I think it's very cool. I think somebody is really cool when they can tell you about themselves. And it sounds very simple, but you'll be surprised. I mean, even just for yourself personally, if somebody asks you, well, what kind of person are you? Would you be like, when? You mean, can you tell them what's important to you, or what your friends would think about you, or, how would you describe yourself in one word? Questions like that are kind of those impress me when people can give you an answer to that.
And that's what, since she did compare one of her examples to an interview. That's just like the interview when you go and they're like, so tell me a little bit about yourself. Okay. Like, that's the worst question ever because
it like makes a break.
You really don't know which way to go because you really don't know what they want to hear. But like Pierre Javon just said, it make or break the whole thing. Like,
but the bright side of the dating world as opposed to the interview world is that this person wants to get to know you just as much and they're not literally hiring you. Right. So if you say something that may not be the best answer or may take the conversation another way, now it just opens up a whole realm of new things to talk about. Mm-hmm. Whereas if you go on a job interview, you start talking about your dating life, they're gonna be like, what you talking about? But you can do that on a date because there's other things to talk about than, just immediate things, basically.
We have a comment that says, was there anything in the article health related? No.
Do you mean are you talking about having sex with people?
I don't think he's relating that to sex.
Well, can you explain okay, no, it's not. So just tell us what one of the points that's health related that you think would be a benefit or not, I guess.
And while we're waiting for you to respond, the next point is you'll become more particular about your needs. You're
not desperate.
Right. You're not desperate because you got options. When you have options, life is better. And I'm a person that always say, not always, but a lot of times I'm like, it's not good to have all them options, because sometimes it'll confuse you. But when it comes down to something that you're trying to do for the rest of your life or somebody you're trying to be with for the rest of your life, it's okay if you are mix and mingling with people. That's why it's called mix and mingle. Like, you're not mixing mingling with just one person. That means you almost exclusively dating. That don't necessarily mean that.
Yeah, and it said that you're not desperate. You become less self-conscious and begin to really hone on what you actually want. So you're more aware.
So you know how to look and know and say no and keep it moving if that is it or if that isn't it type deal.
Yeah, because it says you learn how to ask the question that you really want answered. I forgot what I was going to say before I read that. I shouldn't have read that line. Shoot. You become more particular about your needs. Oh, man.
You're usually great with this.
I can't believe I lost my thought. Did he write back it? I'm going to ask questions. Shoot.
No, he didn't. But either way, while Pierre Javon is trying to think, we're going to stick to the particular needs.
Oh.
Boom.
So, a prime example. So when you say you want somebody, you're like, oh my God, I want somebody that's going to make me laugh. That's so funny or whatever. And then you date a hilarious person or something. And then you realize you're annoyed by people that make you laugh all the time. Something like that where, because what happens when you don't date these people that you think is what you need?
You'll never know.
You don't know. And so goes back to the point of having the options and not getting invested in the wrong guy. That's like if you like bad boys. If you like guys that's like that and you only dating one girl, it's going to go downhill. But if you got multiple people and you'll find out that, okay, it's really not that important to me for somebody to be this and that. Or somebody that maybe has both things that you thought you didn't want. Right. And you actually like it because of the way, how they package it or whatever. So I think you never really know what you need until you had it. Because it sounds great to say, I need this, I need that. But it's like...
It's one thing when you finally get it. And that's why a lot of times men, they tend to say, women never know what they want. And it's not that, I kind of think it's not that women don't know what they want. They're just judging off of what they think they want because they haven't necessarily had it. So they're looking outside, looking in, and it's like, dang, I want that, I want this, or I want that. And in our reality, on the get to know conversations, you say all these things that you may want about a man, and he qualifies and he feels like, oh shoot, I'm up for the position. Like, this what's up. He exemplifies whatever it is that he's supposed to, and in the end, you still don't like him. So it's like, you don't know what you want because initially this is what you told me and that's who I am. And at the end of the day, it's just kind of like, you don't know what you want. And the only way to really know is to meet, mix, and mingle with many different people. And not even like that. We're not even talking about, like, 2 is good enough to have a comparison. Just don't be dating one person at all and thinking that everything you'll need to realize will happen with that one person, because it won't. And then at the end of the day, if you are only dating one person, you only comparing him to what you already had anyway. And it's like, we're not there for a reason. So let's try to totally X out who we knew before the date, because it's irrelevant. Whoever we knew before we go on a date is irrelevant to what we got going on today. Because if it wasn't,
don't go on dates comparing people.
Right, because if it was relevant, you wouldn't be on a date.
Hello. I was gonna say that from personal experience. So I used to like people that had like big personalities and was very like, you know, rambunctious for lack of a better word. And I basically realized that wasn't working for me. Like, you know, I can have a big personality and I can also sit in a room and say nothing. But it wasn't working for me that way. So it's kind of like, but I didn't know that. I thought that's what I liked and that's what I wanted. But then you meet somebody that's maybe a little bit more chill and you like, oh, you know, it's a balance and it's more mellow. But I would have never known that had, you know, I didn't try somebody else basically.
Right.
But I think women probably have a harder time with that because we like to have a image in our head, for sure, of what we think is going to be the guy or the right guy or the wrong guy, basically.
Now, Conquer XL did comment when he asked us about if the article had anything health related, and his comment said he wasn't talking about sex. He just wanted to know if this way of living enhanced a healthier lifestyle for those living this way.
You know, I think it would.
I was about to say, off the rip, though, I think it has great benefits. And let's not go to forget that, because we haven't addressed this yet, but men date multiple women. Now, granted, I'm not going to say how many, because at the end of the day, the men are paying for these dates. But men do entertain multiple women to where if nobody knows what they want, a man should always know. Because a man always is intertwined with women by interaction.
But to that point,
and maybe you don't know.
Yes, men also date with a different mindset than women date, and so till a certain age. After a certain extent, then sure. But most of the time, when men are dating multiple women, they're dating them because they can. You know, just
right, or they dating them for the fun of it.
And they may be dating this person over here for this reason, dating this person for that reason. This girl does this girl does that. So that's why they're dating. But usually women are dating with an end goal in mind from a very young age. Right. So when women are dating, which is probably why this article even exists, because women need to date more people just to make your odds better. But I think men do it. But if you don't have that mindset of spending your life with somebody, you're not picking up on cues and things that are important to you until after the fact.
Indeed. And yeah, but either way, you know, yeah, I get what you're saying. You're right.
Speaking of guys, before we go on, I asked on Facebook about guys dating multiple women and if they, you know, because to me, I just imagine it to be expensive, to be quite honest.
First of all,
because dating is expensive.
Like what?
If I was a guy, I would not be dating.
Me either. I'd be like, I would date. Yes, I would.
Well, I would date, but it would take a lot for me to ask you on a date. But also, I'm cheap. But then on the flip side, I'm not. That doesn't mean I'm going on dates and I'm spending other people's money either. Like all the time. Like I'm also the person that's like, no, I'm good. Like I'm fine. I ain't really fine. I'm not like starving and not saying I want to eat. But you know, I'm not gonna take advantage of somebody
every time. Right.
They're paying basically. Wait, I didn't get to address that point. I wanted to address it. So I think that it makes a healthier life. Because I feel like
I do too.
Meeting different people is just good for the soul, whether you're dating or not. And the experiences that you may have with those people, like who knows what one person may be interested in doing that you now do, or you know what I'm saying? Like maybe they introduce you to like juicing, and now you're so healthy because you're a juicer.
Yeah,
you know?
And that's what I always say when
new music.
Because a lot of times it's that whole I'm old enough, I'm too old to be making new friends. Like I already got my friends or whatever. It's like you never know who you're bumping to in life in different phases of your life that'll genuinely become a friend or a confidant or or a associate or just somebody that can help you get to the next level. Like the relationships are so important, and I know that because that's all we talk about. Relationships and interactions with people, job, home, play, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is. It's very important. And it's important to know people, and it's important to interact with people, because the more people you know and you interact with, you'll know how to handle yourself, because you begin to know what you like and what you don't like in the sense of dating. So I think that it'll be a great thing. I think it'll definitely be a healthier lifestyle. And I definitely feel like the girl that dates a lot of men smiles more than the one dating one.
That's true. I can see that.
2 compliments are always better than one.
So 2 guys commented on my status about dating multiple women. And one guy said, I don't think there's anything wrong with dating multiple people, for male or female. Dating is just seeing if you want to move forward with that person. You could be dating one person and y'all agree to be friends because that's just how the chemistry linked. If you decide to only date that one person, now y'all are friends, you don't have that other date, and now you're back to square one. it can be difficult to see through false intentions nowadays with both sexes.
True enough.
And another guy said it's hard for guys with the multiple cost of dates, but it's good when you can have a different person for when the other isn't free. Plus, you learn that what you like and don't like and can tolerate easier.
Yeah, and I think two is normally the shuffle number, and if you got 3, you doing good.
Well, the guy that I was getting his opinion on, he said he knows people that date 3 and 4, people. He was like, and I was saying, well, what are we doing? And he was like, maybe this one girl, which is true, maybe this girl, she's busy. She only got 2 hours for you on a Saturday or on a Friday night. The type of thing to hang out with her, and that's the day you going to hang out with her because maybe her job is demanding her, maybe, And let's not even assume that all the women that the men are dating are trying to be married either. They could just be, wanting somebody to go out with to listen to music, live music or something.
Having a good time. And sometimes, in reference to our Thank God for Homegirl shirts, sometimes guys just do want to be in female presence.
Sometimes girls want to be in.
It's in the same way. But I know one of my homeboys, he would always rather go get lunch with me versus one of his best friends. And it's like, not that he likes me or anything, but dialogue, conversation it's not better, but it's on a more challenging level than it is if you just talking to one of your homeboys. Because who knows which way the conversation gonna go if you're talking to one of your homeboys. But I agree.
So what's the next point?
The next point is you'll know Mr. Wrong when you see him.
Plonk.
Bloop bloop. And that's basically because you've been around the park. You dated men, so you'll know off the rip how approach. Where he decides to take you for a date, how the conversation goes on a date, if he contacts you after, if he waits 2 weeks, there'll be points to where you can mark
yes, that's a very good point. How long it takes to contact you. If you date somebody that calls you every day or checks on you every day since you met them, and then you meet another guy and you don't hear from him for 7 days, you gonna already realize he on some other stuff. You ain't gonna be saying, well, maybe he's busy. You ain't gonna have time for that because you done already met somebody that was busy and was texting you.
And because at the end of the day, people make time for what they want to make time for.
Jesus. But the article said... The article said, when it was talking about, normally it can take weeks or months to realize somebody's wrong. And it said... Often when we do come to realize, so after these weeks and months, when we do come to realize that we've committed ourselves to the wrong guy, by that point we're too invested in a relationship to simply let it go. With the experience that comes from dating wildly and simultaneously, you'll be able to better spot him and avoid him. Which I think is really big for women because we will use a time as an excuse. Yeah. And when I tell you that is just the worst, because first of all, if I've invested time with you, and it didn't go right, and now I have a clue that it's not going anywhere. You gotta make a move. You can't. Somebody gotta move because the guy ain't gonna make you move. And I can't stick around just because I've already stuck around. That's what you're saying. Because I stuck around when I shouldn't have. I'm gonna keep sticking around now.
And at the end of the day, it ain't ever too late. That's another thing. It's like, okay, we invested 2 years. Okay, great. Now think of it like this: if it wasn't him, it would have been somebody else. So whatever. Count your losses and keep it moving. 2 years that you ain't gonna get back, and you definitely gonna get back the newest 2 years. So let's just be smart, drop it while we can when we notice, and keep it moving.
And it really also comes from a place of, are you okay with possibly, which I've said before, finding better or staying where you are? Because if this guy ain't right, he ain't right. But you have to run the risk of possibly not finding nobody, and then possibly finding somebody amazing, and that's where women get stuck at. That's a scary place. It
is because you don't want to, and that's why in the article she talks about a woman. You're not desperate, so everything is not. So I got to do this, I got to do that. But it's like I got options.
And it all goes back to when you know what you're bringing to the table and you're aware of yourself. Because if this guy's Mr. Wrong, but he may be tripping or he ain't trying to commit or he not calling me back, you already know that somebody's gonna realize what you have because you're confident in yourself, basically, and you don't gotta put up with that.
So we have a comment from Americus. Would you be upset if a guy you were dating said he was busy Friday night and then you see him out with another girl that's Friday night?
Upset is a strong word.
Yeah, not upset.
But if we're dating,
you could communicate that way.
Yeah, I don't think the guy would say I'm actually going out with somebody else or nothing. But I'm the type of person that if I see you, I would say, hey.
Me too.
There wouldn't be, now the guy probably be scared. They really think I'm probably mad.
Mm-hmm.
Even I'm playing some mind game. But if we're dating,
and I can't be
and
mad,
I'm not your girlfriend, and I'm dating other people too. We just picked the wrong place, you know, to be at the same time type thing. But
because honestly, if you see him and he's on a date, you're probably on a date too.
Yeah, because you wanted to go to this place on Friday night, right?
Like either way, maybe y'all both seen each other with somebody else, and it's cool because y'all are dating. Both of y'all are trying to do the same thing. So no, now because. You do know dating, we don't mean that they're in a relationship or anything like that. It's just strictly we hang out, we have a good time. Yeah. So if I just so happen to see you with somebody else, it's like, oh, okay, my size are up a little bit.
If we have a conversation that we're dating exclusively and then then I'm mad because now I've been misled.
Because now it's like, okay, wait a minute, are you a liar?
Yeah, are you?
How exclusive are we?
I could be dating somebody, you know.
Yeah, like we can. I mean, if you wanted to keep it regular, we can keep it regular.
And if you are upset when you see the guy, then now maybe you do have to have that conversation because if you're not ready, if that's where you're trying to go and that's not where he's trying to go, then we may be back on number 4 and we may have to leave him. You know, I don't know. So good question though.
We have a comment. I used that time as an excuse and was stuck, but I had to realize there's so much more out there. No more wasting time. It was a lesson learned, and this whole combo is giving me life. Thank you. We love you.
What did you just say the other day, Davian? You just responded, but in real time, but we don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, girl. For moving on.
Yeah, because time is all we got.
Time on my hands.
And that's all that it is. It's just on our hands.
Away, boy. Okay.
I got plans.
This goes into the next thing. What I was just talking about. You will feel more comfortable ending things. Back to not being desperate. When you don't feel like this the end all be all, you ain't gonna find nobody else as nice as him, as funny as him.
It's like whatever.
Girl,
nice knowing you, Arrivederci.
Davian, are you dating multiple people?
And the comment that the lady made, Stacy, she said, the less you have, the more you seek to preserve. When you date one man exclusively, you're more likely to think in terms of negotiation, compromise, sacrifice, and basically you end up settling because we go back to the time thing. We thinking about, oh my God,
it work with this person.
Yeah, whoop-de-woo. When at the end of the day, it's just like, it's easier to just let it go. You're comfortable because you have, not rebounds, but you have other plans. You have other people to still get to know. So it's just okay. Like, it's all good.
What?
Dating multiple people. What?
Sorry. Who's a hoe? The guy? Davian. Don't come up in here being
throwing curveballs.
No, for real.
With your ratchet West Side self.
So I have one other question before we get to the next one. So when we were talking about the dating multiple or America's comment, so this is also a question that was posed. I don't think so, but are you letting the other person know you're dating other people? I feel like it's assumed. Not assume, but if you just met me, just like I said at the beginning of the show, once you take me out on a date, does not mean somebody else asks me something and I say, oh, I'm dating somebody. Because that's not where we are. So I feel like it's assumed that we're hanging, we're doing other things. Because really, you don't know if I was dating somebody when I met you.
Right, and at the same time, on one end, I think it can be assumed, and on the other end, I think that it's asked too. Like, so you dating other people, and it's like, oh yeah, I am, and it's like, oh, okay, cool, and
normally when somebody asks if you're dating other people after you already been dating them, that means they don't want you to, which is then a conversation that we're now having because what we about to do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, even I'm saying initially when y'all meet and say he takes you on a date. Mm-hmm. Or she, or whatever, and that's one of the questions that comes up at the table. So, like, what you got going on? Because a lot of people do like to get your number and take you out. They want to do everything that they could do on the phone in person.
So are you dating somebody? You talk to somebody?
And it's like, well, I'm not talking to anybody exclusively, but I do date people because I am trying to get to know people, and you just happen to fall in the number of who I'm dating right now.
And Davian,
we still don't know what you was talking about.
We need real life. First of all, sentences. Try that.
Use your words, please, not fragments.
But I got some comments from some girls on Facebook too, and one of them, she's a dancer and she lives in New York, and she said, I date multiple guys at a time. It seems that with the fast pace of my life and gigs I can get to know people at my pace when I date more at a time. So for me, it works. Currently not looking for anything, just enjoying networking and building friendships, then seeing where it takes me. I spend little to no money due to him, whoever it may be.
Which is great.
And then we have another comment that said, I don't like dating multiple people. I can't focus. I'll mix people up. And to that comment, I think that some people date harder than others. Because like you said about the guy who want to get to know everything about you, things you would do over the phone, they do in person. That guy may not even talk to you like that during the week. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might text you, good morning, how you doing, have a good day.
But for the most part, I'm going to see her.
But when we talking about what you like to do, your family, that's all in person. So,
right.
Some people date a little harder, and they'll text you all day with some, what you doing, how you doing, hit me when you wake up. Like,
and then it's almost like, are we dating?
Are
we together?
Yeah, right. So some people do date a little bit more intense. And then one other girl said, I agree, it's too much work dating more than one person, but I don't think it's anything wrong with dating at least two guys at once. Gotta have options. Men do it all the time.
Yes.
Which is true. So the last point on this list was, you'll stop rushing things. Dating multiple men will get your eyes off the finish line and onto the view.
Yes, I love that.
And
it's so true.
I can attest.
Like, what?
Because life comes at you fast when you're not trying to do something. Because for real, like when you just chilling, like me and Nelly P, we go downtown, we just chilling. We thinking we just gonna go this place. They got drink specials tonight. We ain't looking for nothing. Then we run into some guys that want us to go here with them. Y'all want to go here. We know about this party up the street. Life came at you fast. If we was going to the bar, like, we got to find some guys to take us to the... we wouldn't find not...
Yeah. I is definitely not on the finish line.
Yeah.
We definitely are living life. It's so much life worth living. It's like, if I'm not committed to you, you definitely won't control anything that I do. Like, whether it's...
say that again for the Snapchat. Hold on.
If I'm not committed to you, you definitely won't control anything that I do.
And being committed to you is a privilege that is earned.
The gag is.
Here's the gag.
Like, seriously.
And I think that when you,
and what happens is, sometimes people give that privilege too quickly. And it's just like, first of all, why am I allowing you to dictate anything that I'm doing? You have to have a self-check when things like that start happening, because at the end of the day, if that man meets Tamara, Tamika, whoever that next night at the club, he's going to get her number. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like it's going to be, he's not going to think like, dang, Chanel at home. Right. Let me not get the girl number. No, because life is for the living, and you only have spare the moment opportunities. And when you have those opportunities, that's what you got to do, especially if you're not in a relationship and that's something that you are gearing towards in life.
Yeah, I was about to say chances are something, but I forgot what it was.
Chances are,
but I think
he ain't worth the time.
Yeah, I think that
to be putting your life on pause for him.
Yeah, I think that when you're just dating people,
have at it.
Yeah, and it's just real. It's just a real. I hate to say an easygoing thing, but it is. It's just like, we're hanging out.
That's what I was about to say. It's a real cool thing.
Yeah, we enjoying each other's company because, like you said, when you start worrying about what I'm doing all the time or whatever, then now we're annoying and it's not fun anymore. So now it's not we're enjoying each other's company. Now you're, now I feel smothered or, whatever.
Because that is annoying when the guy may be taking interest in you and things he say is like if your phone ring or something and he's like, oh, that must be one of... And it's like, well, if that was bae, I would have said I'll call you back. Right. Like, like, let's not do annoying things when I ain't even went on a date with you yet, mind you.
Does anybody have any comments or bad experiences or good experiences dating multiple people? Has anybody dated multiple people and one of the people became their girlfriend?
Or boyfriend.
Because
I would hope to think that that's what happens. I would hope. Or you found out that wasn't it and that's why they didn't become your girlfriend or boyfriend.
Dating people and they become a great friend.
Yeah. Now, I have met people that have really liked me, and I might have liked them too. And we might have...
everybody, though?
And we tried, but it was just kind of like, we can be good friends, I don't think it's everybody, because some people...
No, not everybody, but I mean in terms of,
I was about to say, because some people you meet, and it's like, no, I don't want to be your friend.
No. No, I mean, like, in terms of when we meet people, usually they trying to date us. So, if we're their friends after that, that's just the way it went.
Yeah, because they're always going to be
our friend. They're not walking around saying, I would love to be your friend, even though that's how we feel. Like, we was talking about that. We see people like, I want to be his friend.
Yeah,
and that's hang out with him.
And that's so confusing for the man sometimes. Yeah. Like, when you randomly go up to somebody, like, I did that to this guy at my job. I pinged him. Like, I seen him all the time. And I just was looking at him, and I'm like, he looked like he's really cool. Like, I legit want to be his friend. So I pinged him. And I'm like, and literally, my message to him says, so we gonna be cool or not? Like, that's literally what the message said. The message said, so are we going to be friends or not? And he's like, of course we can be friends. I'm like, okay, cool. He gave me his number. We chatted up here and there. But really and all, those weren't his intentions.
Right.
He totally bypassed me putting my initial message as, so are we going to be cool or not?
I think you was trying to holler.
Right, because when he seen me one time, maybe like a week and a half ago. And, you know, he like, you always busy. Like, I can't ever get in contact with you. And I'm like, well, my initial contact with you was not for you to like me or to, you know, whatever. It was just really what I said.
And I think that we can't be like naive to the fact that people are going to like us. And that's what happens when you're a cool girl and we just like, oh yeah, we can get up, we can hang out, we can go to a day party. That's just really what we mean. Mm-hmm. But people are like, oh, she likes me. And let's be honest, let's blame the uncool girls giving us a bad rap. We're out here looking crazy, being cool and partying and whatnot, because all these other girls, they not. So they're like, oh, she must like me. She can't look at me.
Because it's so possible to have friends. And I think as the older we've gotten, we forgot that men and women we really can be friends. Like, we really can go out and just be friends with somebody. And it's no interest. It's no nothing. It's just like, he's cool. I'm cool. We vibe out. We have a good time. We're friends. Like, it's nothing wrong with that. Every time you see somebody with something, it's like, oh, wait a minute.
Shout out to the cool girls.
But yeah, shout out to the cool girls. Shout out to the home girls.
Yes, thank God for homegirls.
For real, like,
t-shirts will be available. But that's all I got to say about the.
Yeah, so we basically this conversation was to encourage one or many to date. You know, to get out to meet.
You know what our next event might be? We might host a speed dating.
Yes, we have talked about that. Like,
that would be.
And that's why. And you know, the more I thought about that, the first time you asked me, I was like, what? Ew. You know, and then in thought and reference of it, it's like when we was going. Yeah. And then I'm like, well, wait a minute, because it's like I might meet like 5 cool guys that night, you know. And if I meet 5 cool guys,
and let me tell you, no shade to the guys, but females, a cool guy
I love a cool guy.
So many
LOLs
and
good time, free good time.
Yes, like just
because the cool guys cling to the girls that are genuinely cool beings that they can hang with. Yes, me too.
We can go to
anywhere.
Tailgate. We can go to do this. We can hang out. We can chill. I can hang with you and your friends. Like,
when we can all. I call one of my.
I got a friend. Right. I was about to have a friend to bring.
Yes, and it's all and everybody meshes well, and it's all good. So yes. I just feel like we definitely need to be more relaxed with just meeting people.
And I challenge everybody to go on a date.
I've been trying to go on a date.
If you're single and you listen to Fair Game, the next guy that you meet that asks you to go out with him.
And if y'all can ask us too.
You don't
challenge.
You don't have to. Wait, ask us.
No, it was a joke.
Oh, you don't have to get picked up. You ain't got just go hang out with him.
Me up anyway. I want to meet you.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Let's stop baby steps. Baby steps.
But yeah, so definitely we are encouraging the multiple dating life for men and women. Just be cautious and be careful and make sure you're not leading anybody on.
Yes, that's a good disclaimer.
Because that can become a thing where you don't know how to date. And if that's something that you do where everybody getting the same lines and same stories, baby, that's not for you.
Yeah.
You a one guy gal thing.
Right.
So, what's up with not wanting to get picked up?
Well, my thing is a few things. Okay, put it this way. Depending on the scenario where I met you in, it could be a safety thing.
Yes.
Legit. It could be like,
I met you at the club.
Yeah, do I know you? If I know you through somebody, maybe that's how I met you, I might will let you pick me up if we talked a little bit beforehand. But I'm just a dominant person, and I just don't like being picked up. And
me
sometimes,
too.
And I hate the getting out the car, awkward hug. I hate that with a passion. Shout out to the guys that get out the car to hug me. Because that hug in the car and all that, it's just some bull crap. Like, and then sometimes you just need an escape route. Like, what if the day go bad?
I would just feel
you
like
just be ready to go. Like,
for the first couple of times of me, quote unquote, meeting you and we're quote unquote dating, I want to drive myself. You never know what. Yeah. Yes, emergencies like happen in real life. To where I just need to go. But it's a nice gesture. I mean, sometimes I go out with guys and they ask me, so do you want me to pick you up? Mm-hmm. Or do you want, whatever. And that's cool. And I'll say, whichever one I feel. And I totally don't mind driving. I'll pick you up before you can pick me up.
Oh, Lord. No, I'm not doing that.
I ain't picking you up for real.
Yeah, but I mean, no. I feel like I'll just meet you or I'll let people pick me up. I'll I've seen people pick me up on the first date for sure. But that doesn't mean I don't cringe. But because sometimes the guys are very nice and they want to pick you up because that's what they should do. And I don't want to take that away from the guy. Put it that way. Same,
you don't want to come off as too independent.
Can we open the door for you? And I'm like, I got it. I got arms. Like, that's
it's just like, no, let them do it because then it's like, wait.
In Americans,
you ain't taking nobody.
Yeah, I was like, are you going on dates? We not. That's a show for a topic for another day.
That's a topic for us.
Americans, I hope you better be coming to the live show too.
Right, you live down the street.
Quote of the week.
Okay, so the quote for today is, find something to be content about, even when you don't have anything to be happy about. Basically meaning that happy is an emotion that can be controlled by person, place, or thing. You never want to put your feelings and vibes and your days in the hands of somebody else because people drop the ball every day, B. So if you have a life that you are content about, meaning you are comfortable in your skin, you know you are progressing, you know greater things are to come, you can be content in the fact of knowing that. And no matter what so-and-so or what thing, place, person tries to make you mad or takes you out of your element, you might be sad, but you still know how to tap back into reality and be content with where you are.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like the same thing with, like, having joy, like, things like that. You can't take it from somebody because every day, like I used to say, every day is not good, but every day is not bad either. So it's like, I'm content. I could be content that, you know, I'm doing better than I was yesterday. Am I happy about it? Maybe not, because I'm not doing everything that I wanted to be doing today. But that doesn't mean that all hope is lost. And it don't have to be all, you know, negative. Find a good silver lining.
Yep.
Sounds cliche, but
that's what it's all about, the silver lining.
And if you tuned in late and you did not hear, we are doing our live show on Friday at Red 28 in Nodar. From 5 to 7, lit by 6. From 5 to 6, you can drink and do hookah and
you can do that during the show too.
Yes,
you can still drink and have your hookahs going during the show. Let's just be nice and friendly about how we enter in and out of the domain.
And then the show started 6 like normal, 6 to 7, and we want participation. You do not have to participate. If you're like shy, quiet, don't worry. We're not gonna like call you out. It's not class. But we want to encourage the people that comment on the show to be able to give their comments and submit questions. If you have questions that you want to bring, tell us, text us, write us on Facebook, bring it to the show, whatever. It's kind of gonna be like set up like a hat thing. Like pick one out of the hat. Let's talk about this. Like, so, you know, if you got something that you really want to talk about, we definitely want to get to it.
Well,
y'all know what it is. Thank God for homegirls. $10 if you want them. And if we run out, we will take orders.
Well, y'all know what it is. It's the weekend. Y'all go out and have a good time. It's Friday.
Go date somebody.
And I'm ready to play. Pick up my girls and hit the party scene. 'Cause tonight, oh, it's all right. Hey. So we thank y'all for tuning in today. And we can only hope that you guys come to the live event next week. I'm Nelly P.
I'm Pierre Giovanna.
And this is Fair Game.
Life's not fair.
But we are rough.
All the time.
Hey.